another session. The description of today's session is going to be summed up in 2 words: refinement and repetition. We've been working on getting the boys ready to pull whatever we ask them to pull within their muscle ability. Well, we really wanted to start pulling a PVC with a tie ring in it, but we weren't quite ready to do that last session. But in the meantime, I haven't been able to find any better tack than we're using, but I did watch a video yesterday about haltering a llama. And yeah, it took at first 2 people, because what Alpha is doing now, the llama was doing. 2 people or a fence. Good. And then the person that was doing the training work said it's very important on these camelids to make the halter high, make the halter connect high on their nose. It's different from haltering a horse, which has a completely different shaped nose. So based on what I watched in that video yesterday, I think what Tavis just did was fine. That, you see, Alma, that the halter is high on his nose?
Yeah, no, I was just telling him about the skeleton that
so
they showed.
We're learning as we go. I watch every night 1 or 2 such videos. If somebody's around, I say, look at that. Look at where the halter is on his nose. Then yesterday I was watching a video where a person was trying to clip the toenails.
It was all about touch, like they have all these techniques about touch. Sorry.
And he did say that as soon as you lift the leg, they think they have to go down on their knees.
All these wraps, like, for their necks. And
so what he suggested was,
very interesting,
when you lift the leg, give them your knee to put the leg on.
So they were, like, he had his knee down, and then he would put the knee, like, let's say, like...
Okay, look, Beta's halter is good too. So we're doing okay on haltering.
But then, like, the touch, yeah, like, and that was, like, what they were saying was, you know, like, calming them. And
let's try, a team here, let's try to get the harness on Beta that he's used to using, and when you lift the legs of Alpha, maybe we should do his first. According to that fellow who was cutting toenails yesterday, he said, you've got to lift it and put it on your knee so that he doesn't think he has to drop down on his knees.
Here.
Let's see if we can learn by watching YouTube and make things work for us. There's the harness, which doesn't require us to lift legs. Okay, let's put that harness first.
Okay, so we figured out that this, that's
on Beta.
That's the top part.
We have to review it every time, as it's
goes across.
Gonna take repetition for us as well.
And this is under the belly, so the head goes like this.
But the boys, they knew they were going to school today. As a matter of fact, I'm being joking, but this morning when I greeted them, I said, we're having school today at noon, please be ready. And according to Alma, who brought them in, they were willing. And that harness, I looked again on eBay. Could I find another harness like that was reasonably priced? And I couldn't. There is one harness on eBay that's priced at about $80, and right now, considering what's happening in our economy, I cannot choose to spend $80 on a harness. So we're making do with our existing tack.
And I'll hold that. Right, because it goes like that.
I'm trying to show you close up here how we're buckling it.
Okay, wait a second. Because this part, where's that middle part? Oh, where is it at? You know that loop?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, yeah, okay. There you go, yeah. Because this is going to be on the side and this is going to be on the side, right? Yeah. Okay.
Can you hold this camera and
Yes.
show the viewer what he's doing? Because I brought out some butt ropes that I want to put
Okay.
on today. And they're right here. I've got to go get them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, but it was like a scream. Okay, so we're just always figuring out this goat harness on our alpacas. And trainer number 1 is the one that has it down the best. Okay. And that part goes in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And look at how good Beta is being. He's our pretty boy. Good boy. Good boy, Beta. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I can take the camera now. I can only find one of the ones I brought out. The other one was a leash. Did you happen to see the leash?
It's on the fence, probably.
Okay.
Okay, it's right there hanging. I'll go get it.
Okay, but well,
Can you hold them for 1 second and let me go get that other leash that I use it for the...
I found something in my horse tack that I thought would work as a butt rope.
I use it...
And then I have leashes because I, of course, have small pets. And I brought one of those out. We just need something to go from that part of the harness around the hips, under the tail, back to the other side of the harness. I'm calling that the butt rope. So in the meantime, Tavis is going to try to lift the leg, and he's going to argue if you can somehow lift it up and put it on your knee. That's what we do with horses. We give them a place to lean their knee on, or their leg on. And now I'm focusing on where the halters are. They're perfect. I'm pretty sure they're perfect.
Yeah, they're not crazy.
Based on what I learned yesterday watching somebody halter a llama. Now the hard part is, as soon as you lift his leg, he thinks he's supposed to go down on his knee. And he still thinks that. Maybe we'll do a focus on a refinement lesson of just lifting the leg.
You know those leashes that you have in your hand? Maybe if we just did it...
Right now we just luckily get it on. Okay. I know that these boys will do it if they know what's the right answer and can manipulate their tendencies a little bit to give us the right answer, because what I realized by watching that YouTube video about camelids, that was good. That was very good.
Yeah,
So the left leg was good. Is that it's their nature. When they lay down on their knees. And I watch them do that all the time on my surveillance cameras, and I didn't realize that really it's their nature to go down if you're lifting their leg at the knee. We just have to make them realize that's not the right answer this time. Okay, now, this will be the first time we do a butt rope.
So I think
And
like what she's wanting.
I recommend that we try it
This, like here,
on Beta.
that would, then the reins can go on Beta because he has the harness that will, control that.
So like the white rope on Beta.
Yeah, the white rope on Beta.
You see how Beta's just waiting?
Like
He
maybe
knows.
if I keep
He knows he's here to learn and do.
Maybe if I did this.
And the team, they learn from each other. They're observing things too.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Yeah.
You're thinking of using that for the butt rope?
Yeah, we're trying to think of a
Yeah,
way. What
right.
didn't work last week was that that knot slips and it kind of, confuses him, I think.
Yes, of course. They want to do what we're asking them to
So
do.
let's say, like, if we put these right, like, let me borrow one of these just to see. Okay, like, and then like, look, if I put this there on one side.
Let me get closer so you can see. It's a beautiful day, not too hot, but it will be getting hotter next week, so we might be meeting earlier in the day.
Okay, that seems to be a little bit better, but then he just needs that. This is where he needs the, like this is where he needs the control, right there in the butt hind area.
Now for Beta's harness, let's just see if it would get around the butt if we had connectors on both sides.
Right.
So you're going to connect on the ring that's on the harness. Okay. Okay, then you're going to go around the hip and under the tail.
For that, I think. It's too short and he's ready to kick, but
under the tail.
It's gonna be,
we call it a crooper on a horse.
Okay, let me do this first. I'll just connect it here.
And then see if it will reach. That's another way to figure it out.
We're very inventive on this show. It's a little short.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
it brings me too close to his behind. I don't feel safe with this one.
Yeah, no, okay. So it's a little bit too long.
It's a little bit too short, I think.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because it needs to go under his tail and give me a little girth, right? A little bit.
Well, how about if you hold Alpha and Tavis try
Let me see
it?
that other,
And this is just a leash, but I can get clips for it.
let me see. I just think if I could get shorter reins here and here, then maybe I have more control, but not.
Okay, but
not
we need to keep that harness where it is.
Right.
By placing it. We don't know why he did that. Yeah.
Me and I got him.
Yeah, okay.
So see, I'm saying just this way.
Yeah, but butt ropes are not held like that. But maybe for today we could do that.
Today.
Yeah.
That way he kind of gets.
Okay. But see, now we don't have somebody to
lead him.
Lead
and
line.
when I pull the lead, that confuses him too. So I'm just gonna hold it and see what happens. If I can just keep it in the middle, maybe.
Most of the YouTube videos that I watch and have watched for decades, they show you what the animal does after the animal got trained to do it. We show you every single step of the way. And I hope you realize that will help you learn. Oh, and now the two boys are having an issue. Yay. Oh, and they're spitting at each other. By the way, where's Coco?
She was all here. I'm not sure. Coco!
And they're spitting at each other. They're not meaning to spit to us, but that's what they do even with each other. I'm concerned about Coco. What should we do about that?
Coco!
Oh, does she reply to that?
Yeah, she might come to a whistle. She was out there in the field with me when I was getting the boys.
Okay.
I thought she came in. She found the little turkeys.
Want to go out?
Yeah, let's go out. Let me grab that leash.
Oh, and they are emotional.
Okay.
And oh, he's kicking back at the reins. Wait, they're on his back leg. That's not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
Now the question is,
Okay, I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna take.
can they be led without a lead line? Can they be led with just the ground lines? Maybe not. Maybe not yet. Maybe we just have to get more people out here when we're doing our lesson. Okay, so the butt rope, we just got an idea whether or not it will work, and we'll work on refining that idea. But I'm concerned about Coco because she's always out here for our lessons. She follows her mommy Alma everywhere, goes with her everywhere.
Coco.
Do you feel like you should go look for her?
Yeah, for 1 minute. Let me just go to one place.
Can you hold them both, Tavis?
Yeah.
Or, you know what, we could tie up.
No, give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Coco.
The fellow that was clipping the toenails had them tied to a tie ring. They didn't lay him down. And then he proceeded to shear them as well to a tie ring. So if and when I start doing my own shearing and toenail work, I'm going to aim for that. Because I can show you, I've shown you in the last couple of videos that we tied the boys to the tie rings on that tree and used a slip knot, but there was no issue, no problem. They didn't pull back. Oh, and actually leading them like that together is a step in the right direction. Now, Alpha's mouth is open. Is that because he's upset?
Sounds like it.
I'm not sure what that means. Is that because he wants to maybe spit? Well, I like the fact that they're walking together with one person asking them to walk. We have never done that before, I believe. You can see that we have blue sky. You haven't found her yet? And you looked in the garage?
Yeah. I'm going to go relook.
That's scary. Alpha's mouth is still open. Beta's mouth is a little bit open too. What does that mean? I'm not sure. I'm learning about alpacas as I go, and you're learning about what I'm learning when I can film and upload. Can you maybe go out into the back pasture through that open gate over there? Unless you notice that they're getting nervous. And then we can wait for Alma to come back instead. I'm going to carefully walk through these grasses, which are getting high very quickly, even though summer is only about 17 days away. The grasses are growing very quickly because I irrigate. And here's typical of what I see when I come out here. In the mornings, I put carrots, at least 2 in each feeder. Usually in the afternoons or later in the evening, I find carrots on the floor, on the ground. And I've come up with a saying, out of mouth, out of mind. That's the way I see that alpacas deal with carrots falling out of their mouth. If a carrot falls out of the mouth of a horse, I don't recall ever finding the carrot on the ground. The horse eventually goes and gets it. But in my observation, alpacas do not. I think they're understanding that they're supposed to go where you go. I think they're willing to do it. Now, if something were to show up here, a dog, a coyote, a turkey, I've got a family of turkeys living here right now with babies, then they may not be as responsive as they are now. And I'm trying to keep the camera on Tavis and but Alma's coming back, and I'm hoping she's going to say she found Coco. Oh, he's inside?
I put her inside.
Okay, yeah, she found her. Okay. You can look back on all my videos. Coco is always out here with the boys. And they like her. They try to interact with her.
A-okay.
Where was she?
She was out in the front area.
In the front, okay. Because she usually comes back if she knows we're filming.
Hi, boy. Hey. Boy, good boys we have.
Do you feel we could go into the big pasture? Now that we have 2?
Sure.
We've not done that before. Go ahead. I'll make my way there.
Okay.
Following you. They go out in the big pasture and spend hours out there during the day. I've told you that. I keep the gate closed, however, at the night because there are too many neighborhood dogs and other wildlife predators that I can't watch out there at night. I don't have surveillance cameras and lights. Okay, so we're following. It's like taking a dog on a walk. Only it's an alpaca on a walk. The way they're behaving, very nicely. And last time we didn't get out to the big pasture. This time it appears we're gonna. See, we have this back pasture. Then we have like what I call a well pasture in between the back pasture and the big pasture. And then with the help of portable panels, we have a perimeter between the well pasture and the big pasture that we can open or close depending upon the situation. Like last winter, where the boys are right now, it was so muddy, it was too slippery. I kept that gate closed so that they wouldn't go out that way. But I had another bigger gate over the other side of these storage structures, and they went out that way. They learn. They learn how to do what they want to do. And if you go back months ago, you will see videos where we went out on the trails. There's 20 lineal miles of trails here in the ranchos where no motor vehicles are allowed. We went out there too. And we will be going out there again as summer proceeds. There we go. And you see my irrigation is on over there. The irrigation is doing better here on this end. Over there, after we mowed it, didn't get green right away. But I have a limitation. I have a wonderful well and a wonderful pump and a 5,000-gallon tank. But if I use too much of the water and don't give the well a chance to fill the tank, I trip breakers. So we're having to compromise until I can get another 5,000-gallon tank installed at about where I'm showing the camera right now. And I'm going to go over here, holding onto the fence because it's pretty high grasses here. This time of year it's always difficult to do it all at once. And I do own 2 other acreage properties, and we just have to do them one at a time and hope to keep them green for the entire summer with the water that I have available and the irrigation that I install. Just as a challenge, walk closer to a